Hello everyone and welcome to the third episode of my hardcore survival series. As you can see, the game looks a little bit different, and that's because I decided to just play with shaders. I think it will overall enhance the videos, and I was able to make it in a way that I can get a stable frame rate. But for today's episode, I wanted to build a farm. And the reason for that is because I've been living off of like pork chop and cooked mutton for a while, and I want to build animal farms in the future, and to feed them, I'm going to need a lot of wheat. When I was boating around, I found this hill that I think would be a great spot to actually build a farm, because I always like these farms that slant downwards and go towards the water. Before I put in the farm itself, I need to build the farmhouse, and I have all the materials here that I need to do it. So I'm gonna start off with the outline, and then I'll get into a time lapse. But the build is going to be a mixture of spruce wood and cobblestone, kind of like what I did for my house, which is over there. And the reason for that is because I feel like it contrasts the really bright colors in this area very well. So the whole house itself is supposed to be about this long. There's going to be windows in between here on either side. So here's the idea for this build. It's going to go out this way about 10 blocks. Then you're going to have a roof that goes up to a point. And then inside here is going to be just some farm things like hay bales, barrels, and chests and stuff. Yeah, I think you get the basic outline of what I'm trying to do here. So I'm going to build the rest in a time lapse. Alright, the majority of the farmhouse is complete. There is a few little finishing things I want to add, so I'm going to do those on camera instead of in a time lapse. And some of those things are just going in between here and putting slabs underneath each one of these cobblestone pillars, and also adding windows to this side and doing the same. Also, I want to add some details to the front, and those being a bunch of slabs and trapdoors. Oh, I'm getting attacked by a skeleton. Yeah, I probably should sleep. Add some slabs underneath the edges here as well. I really do like the look of these because I feel like it makes it more of a Viking theme kind of. You know how Vikings always have things like hanging around the sides? Even though this isn't a Viking themed village, I think it just fits really well for that medieval-esque era, and that's kind of the theme I'm going for, because eventually I'm thinking of building a castle either up there or up there. But I do have to build this little balcony out here, and I originally thought I was going to build it to that side, but I was thinking it would look better to the right, especially with all the wheat and potatoes that are going to be out here. I'm going to go with something very simple, just some stripped logs, and then 3 in between, and then strip log, and the 3 between the strip log. There's also going to be slabs going all the way around, and there's going to be some stairs that bring you up to the balcony. I should also put some lights in here while I'm at it. Fill the rest in with slabs. I think I'll actually remove these. It's going to be 2 fence gates, a wall, and a fence. I can have these going up, and then strip them, and have the same on all 4 corners. And I'll need to make more fence gates to fill this in. There we go, that's good enough. And I was also thinking some deep slate slabs, because it does fit the top of the roof there, so having this one be slabs I think really works. And then maybe some trap doors around the sides. And then maybe adding some lanterns on the corners. I think that actually looks really good. Maybe I can add some of these in here to make it look a little bit better, and then add some slabs up there. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe some spruce stairs on the inside like that to sort of hide the random bit of deep slate. I also did want to try something, and that is to add little bits of mossy cobblestone, because maybe this will look really nice and sort of fit like the theme of like the abandonedness that my house and that tower over there has. Not a lot of mossy cobblestone, but just a little bit sprinkled in here and there. Yeah, I think I do like that. I'm gonna add this all the way around. Now I was thinking for this window, what about a fence gate? And then maybe a trapdoor? Yeah, I think that works. And what if I added 2 other trapdoors and then got rid of that? Yeah, I think that's actually okay. I think it adds a little bit of depth, so I like that. And on either side, I can add a fence and a lantern. Then maybe up top, you can have 3 campfires, and then cover them in trapdoors to make like a chimney type of feel. And then I could go along like this, And then strip these. And then how does slabs look in between? Yeah, I like that. Okay, I have to go ahead and sleep again, though. Yeah, I like the way this looks so far. I think the exterior is pretty much done, except for adding in a bunch of windows and some little details back here. But I don't have the supplies to add some extra little details like leaves and windows, so I'm gonna have to go back home and grab some of that. Alright, I am back with the materials, and first things first, I'm gonna place in the glass. Alright, the glass is done. I also want to start cooking up this clay so I can make some pots. But in the meantime, I'm going to start adding some leaves in front of the windows and maybe surrounding them in trapdoors. Yeah, I tend to use a lot of trapdoors in my builds, apparently. Alright, all the trapdoors are in place, but I can't add 2 trapdoors on either side to cover either of these blocks. So I'm probably going to put something in the middle. How does, like, an azalea bush look? Yeah, I like that. That actually looks really good to fill in that little space. I do find that this area is missing a little bit of light. So maybe putting some lanterns in the windows on either side would help to light this area up a bit. And I can maybe do the same on this side with the middle window. I can put pots on top of these grass blocks and maybe put azalea in them. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now moving on to the interior, which needs a lot of decorating. First things first, I'm going to clear the floor and I'm going to try different things. I want to see how birch looks. Actually, I really like the birch. I feel like it's just a completely different color from all the dark tones in this build, and I think it works. So filling in the floor with birch actually might be the move. Just had to go get some more birch real quick. And there we go. Alright, it's filled in. I'm gonna go ahead and sleep. Before that, let's see how this looks in the dark now. Fully completed on the outside. Again, with shaders, everything just looks great. It's hard to build anything and have it look bad with shaders. Just the way the lanterns glow and the way the light bounces off of everything just makes everything look so cool. And for the interior, I'm going to replace this if I can get it right. There we go. Replace all of these with some stairs to make it form a little bit better so it doesn't have such a jagged edge. And maybe put some barrels up here and then some trap doors underneath it if I can place things right. Yeah, something like that. I think that looks nice. You could also add chests a little bit lower. You could also add hay bales in the corner because this is a farmhouse, so they probably would have hay bales sitting around. You could have another shelf here, maybe some crafting tables, and they probably have some furnaces as well. I guess I could add some more pots with some flowering azalea. Then maybe with some oak, I can do something like this to make a table on the inside. Then maybe also add one on this side. Then some more pots full of things. And overall, I think the interior is done. I really like this. It has a lot of functionality, so I can actually store stuff in here if I need to. But it also does look really cozy. I could also fit a bed in this corner, just in case I'm in here when it turns nighttime so I can sleep. Now, since the house is complete, it is time to make the rest of the farm. And the idea I'm gonna go with is something I've used in my past 100 days for surrounding farms, and that is just a mixture of like stairs and deep slate and walls and slabs and just going all the way around on either side, and they'll be cut off in between, and then one side will be like potatoes and one side will be wheat, and then maybe another side will be carrots once I eventually get carrots. Farmhouse is now complete. I put in the walls and filled up both of these areas with wheat on this side and potatoes on this side. Using a bunch of iron hose and just hoeing the ground and putting seeds in took longer than building the entire house and putting in all the walls. But overall, I'm glad that it's done and I have pretty much an infinite source of wheat and potatoes now, which is great. Just from bone mealing a bunch of the wheat so I can fill in the entire thing, I got already over a stack, which is amazing. And with potatoes, I got over 3 stacks of them, so I am not running out of food anytime soon. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe and check out some of the other videos on my channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye, and have a great day.